Okay, with color, and this whole thing, since we're doing like almost a month of color, I have about 10 ideas that I want you to have. Several of them some of you already know. Somebody might know all of them already, but I bet there's a few things I could teach you that you don't know about color. So, what I'm going to do in this series is we're going to do some days are studio days where we're working on our project. Like you should be today, maybe spending some time on the circle painting. But I want to talk, I want to give you a concept of these arts, and I'll do one every couple of days, or maybe two or three every day, till we get all 10 of them. And then I think we have this common vocabulary that when I say something like the saturation of the color needs to be more or less, you're like, what? Or the value, what exactly is color value, and so forth. And it comes really from language. I know that they're what we call as color. I'm going to change that definition just a little bit for us right now. And there's a thing called hue and there's a thing called color. All right. Now I call every different shade value of color. Like if you go to the hardware store and there's all those little things that you can paint your rooms, and there's like 50 different whites and there's 20 different yellows and blues and 100 different blues, hundreds of blues really, and I call each one of those a different color. But when you say one thing's blue, it's just the hue. So for example, this part of this shirt right here, this is blue, right? And I might say, oh, this letter right here is also blue, right? But I can see it really clearly on it. Doesn't disappear. If it was exactly the same color, I put this on here, it would disappear. You wouldn't see it anymore. This one's lighter. You say, well, that one was dark, Mr. Lane. That's why we can see it. Well, this one's lighter than that, so maybe this is more medium. But even if I found one, if this was the exact same value on this, it's a little bit more towards the green. Can you see that's a little greener than this shirt? Here's a crazy thing. Cameras change, light changes all the time, not just through cameras, but I'm filming in the morning right now. If I were doing this lesson late at night, things would look different in here, even though you can't see the window, right? Here, I'll give you a good example. Look at my cabinets. What color are my cabinets? If I put this closer, the color correction of this camera makes it super yellow. I was trying to show some things, and I get close to it, and I noticed that changed. And I was like, oh my goodness. What is the right color of the cabinets? Are they kind of muted, barely wood color, or are they like really yellow? Some of you sixth graders may remember. If you didn't have me last year and you didn't come to this school last year, you might be going, I don't know. The answer is, I'm not going to tell you. All right, I have basically one question today that I want you to answer, and that is, how many colors can the human eye see? In order to answer this question, I want you to go to a website, or you have several choices of websites. On Google Classroom, if you go to classwork up here, I don't know if you've ever, if you've ever done this, but there's a thing over here, there's Google Meets. If you ever, try to forget where that Meet thing is. What is this coming up for? Get out of there. Oh, I see. And then there is a thing for Drive. Did you see where I went there? Maybe I went too fast. Okay, so here is my Google up on the top, Google Calendar. And then Drive, I'm going to put different things that you can use in here. This is where I'm going to put stuff that's just informational. And this one is color wheels. We're going to hit this a couple times. When you click this, always open it with Google Docs. And then what you can do here is that these are about 10 different color wheels websites, and I'm going to go to them. They're really good at picking colors with. All right, this was the first one on the list. Some Chromebooks have a hard time running this one, and there are actually some that are better to interact with, so you're more than welcome to it. They all have the same answer to the question I'm going to give you. But I want to walk you through this website so you understand how to use it. Number one, there is a thing called saturation. all right? And you can see that 100% of this red is pure red. 0% is gray, and you're going to find this is gray all the way around here. It doesn't matter where I put that, all right? So even if I put it down here to green, no saturation is always gray. Luminous is the lightness, darkness of it. So I go all the way over here, it's always black. I go to 100%, it's always white, okay? But the middle, there's a lot more colors. I also like it, eventually we're going to talk about these things like complementary, analogous, not all of them, but some of those, and that's a good reference for you. But today's question has to do with this number up here. Now this number is really good. So if I'm publishing a book and I want the cover to be this exact color, it's hard to tell someone, I want it kind of a lighty blue-green, and the lettering, not too dark, not too light. That could be anything, right? But if I tell my publisher, I want this number right here, E79450, I'm going to get that color. So that's a way of standardizing colors. Now, watch what happens. If I change this by 1%, I've changed this. Now it's E79450. Change it by another one. Couple of them actually there, it's changed. If I change this to luminous, even by 1, it changes as well. Look, it's a 60 number. Now it's a B number, has some B's in it. So you can, every time I click one of these things, or even this one over here, and this is the hue. When we talk about hues, like all of this is blue, purple, red, yellow, okay? And I know there's around 7 or 12 of those, depending on how you count them. But today's question is, how many colors can this website show? Okay? And since this is a guess, I want you to try to do the math, try to figure it out. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to actually look that up. If you want, you could stop it and get more than that for the right answer, but I want you to at least think about it for 2 entire minutes. Interested in what this timer does when it ends. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4. Okay, so what's your answer? I'll have to look at those later, but a lot of time. Anyways, here is the math problem. If I can switch these one at a time, 0 to 100. And this one goes 0 to 100. 100 times 100, 10,000, that's right. And then this goes from 0 to 360. So if I go and type this in, 100 times 360, that equals 3,600,000 different colors that you can see. Now the human eye, some of you can actually see more than that. I always round that down to like just 3 million. So and the question is, how many colors can the human eye see? Roughly 3 million. Some of you more, some of you less. And believe it or not, my computer screen can't show every single color. So if you go from here and go down one, can you tell any difference on the screen? Probably not. We probably can't see a difference till we get to about here, so 4 or 5 there. So even though really good quality screens might get 2 million colors, there might be one out there that can show all of these. You can print more than that. You can print 306 or 3 million different colors, but the computers can't show that. So today's answer to the question, how many colors can the human eye see? The answer is 3 million.